Hey everyone, and welcome to a game of Ahri. And Ahri is a very interesting champion because she can be treated almost to the likes of a Kali or Talon, where she is an assassin. And the thing is, as an assassin, a Kali is really nice because she doesn't run out of mana. She just has to wait on a little bit of energy and a charge of her ult. Ahri is reliant on mana and cooldowns, and which means that the way to play here is you get in, you do your quick burst, and you gotta get the hell out. Otherwise, you're gonna be caught by the rest of the other team, and they're gonna turn on you immediately because they know of your damage potential. So she scales very well with magic penetration and a little bit of AP. So that's why you'll see people building items such as Rallies or Will of the Ancients, or otherwise known as Woda, because the Rallies provides a slow and the Woda provides some sustain. So all she really needs to do is just run in the mix, toss out a couple abilities, and run away. And she's still doing quite a bit of damage. And so, with that being said, we're going to get right into this game of an Ahri mid. Alright, hey there, and welcome to a Ahri game. And Ahri is being played by Polo Port. Pretty cool name. But this is going to be around 1100 ELO, I believe. And so this should be rather interesting because the team comps are really nice. I do like the setup of both teams, so this should be very, very fun to look at. So it looks like we're going to have top lane Jax getting a Doran shield. Not so sure about that because going against Kale, Kale's going to really rip into him with her magic damage and armor shred. So the sustain is going to be really, really low for Jax. He's not going to be able to do so well. Shyvana in the jungle, going armor probably 5-pot. Like she hasn't even left the well yet. Ahri, our star of today, is going to be going boots potions. Always a smart pick, boots and potions, like I'll say in every video. And then Blitzcrank, one of the most annoying supports in the game if you have a good one. He's got flash exhaust, and then he's starting support items. Thank God a support's starting support items for once. And then Vayne, that late game hyper carry, getting boots and potions. Very good because Blitzcrank provides no sustain. On the other team, we've got Kennen, most likely going to be mid. Can be very, very frustrating for an Ahri because he has that dash that can dodge a lot of her skill shots. So the smart move to make would to be after getting a point or two in Q, to max out that W. Because Kennen can't dodge W because W is not a skill shot, but it does a ton of damage. Kale going top, going to be very frustrating. If Jax can somehow figure out a way to deny or even kill her, Kale's going to be relatively useless and Jack's going to be tremendous. But it could also go the other way around where Kale could be extremely annoying for the team and Jax could be more or less useless. Caitlyn, long range poke champion, can be very, very frustrating for a Blitz Vayne comp because she just outranges everything they do. Jungle Alistar, going to be early game ganking non-stop if he's a good Alistar. And then Soraka. So Soraka and Caitlyn going to be able to poke very, very well and not take much damage unless Blitz lands a good hook. So let's get right into this. So the game's going to jump around a bit while it finds the time because I had the game paused. So 33 seconds in, finally finding its place. Now let's go into the runes of mastery. It looks like Ahri's got the 3 attack damage from the offensive tree, which is really nice for last hitting. 20 AP, so that is more or less from AP per level and AP quints, which is, I love AP per level. And then she's also got 12 magic resist, so it looks like she maxed out the magic resist portion of the defensive tree, and has a couple extra magic resist runes thrown in there. So I really like this setup. This could even be a couple flat AP runes along with the quints and then a couple magic resist glyphs. Anyway, covering for Shyvana, who's starting red, Wraith's red, and their Alistar will always be starting blue, so you can generally expect a gank either top, which against a Jax I don't really expect, but against an Ahri I could fully expect, I'd say with 95% certainty that you'll be seeing Alistar coming mid. So once Shyvana gets going, you want to just be careful because Alistar will generally be done with his blue around I'd say 207 to 210, depending on how good of a leash he gets. So somewhere in the next 10 seconds or so, you're going to be seeing him dash out and try to get some good CC on you while Kennen destroys you. So right off the bat, getting some farm in. I want to speed through the farm, but I'm also waiting for Alistar to poke his head out. Yeah, he should actually be close to done. Kennen already poking out. It seems like he gave him a decent leash. But playing against the Kennen, all of his one skill shot, if you don't stand behind creep, he can land on you very easily because it's got a very, very fast animation. It's also a little bit wider than what the image appears to be. Still no sign of Alistar. This is interesting. And again, this is 1100 ELO. It seems like top setting up for a gank. Not really worried about that. More worried about what's going on here. And so just AFK farming more or less. Trying to avoid poking each other. Kennen not doing so with the last hits though. So every couple of seconds, like every 3 or 4 CS, you want to just check and see if he's catching up, if he knows what he's doing. Seems like he's being very hesitant and more focused on trying to harass Ahri. So this is good. You don't even have to bother harassing him. If he's missing CS, he's just going to be behind no matter what. Seems like you're a little bit more seasoned at mid than this Kennen is. So that's an advantage for you. Just seeing the CS, you can tell that he's not used to last hitting with this champion. He's also got 32 AP, so he's got almost a full flat AP page.
An ally has been slain.
I believe like the only runes that he doesn't have for AP would be reds for Magic Pen. Seems like I think if he just went full AP, I believe it's 40-41 AP in terms of runes. So 3 kills already. So 2 for Shyvana. Wow, 2 for Shyvana. He must have killed Alistar in his jungle, I guess, or if he went top. And Jack's dying. So Jack's one of the deaths, and Vayne is one of the deaths, but Vayne also has a kill. Picked up a red pot. Ugh. I hate red pots. They're one of the more useless potions in the game for AD carry. I'd put red and blue almost on the same equivalence. So 23 CS to 8. Going to be really dominating this Kennen. I would almost be inclined to really try like push the lane hard and go by. Because Alistar should be mid very soon after getting killed top, but he's probably not going to be going top anymore. His focus is going to be on mid and bot. Especially when you're pushed out this far, I think to just go by. Definitely just go by. You're 28 to 8, 20 CS ahead of him. It's going to be a couple hundred gold.
Has been slain.
So Kale now with 2 kills as well. I don't really know what your Jax is thinking. Definitely want to be careful here. It seems like this Kennen seems to be getting a little more aggressive. Yeah, Alistar has to be here right now with him pushing out like this. So he was sitting way far back, realizing that you're a lot stronger of a mid player than he is. So there must be some sort of communication going on where Alistar wants to come mid. Don't wait for him to turn around before you go to throw your charm. If he's going to start running at you and you saw him miss his Q, the second you see that Q go off, you just want to charm. Instantly charm, because even if the Q lands, his goal is going to be to rush at you.
An enemy has been slain.
Kind of a wasted ignite, but if he committed to that, it would have been an easy kill. So, overall, I'd say it's relatively smart. But now, having no mana, definitely want to try to go by. Kennen's going to be trying to assist Shyvana. So what you want to do is you want to try to push this lane right now. Push, push, push. Because he's going to be chasing Shyvana. He's not going to be doing much.
Rampage.
Push the lane. Shyvana's just fine on her own. There we go. So we got the lane being pushed. Not gonna really be able to do much more. Ken's gonna be up in 5 seconds, so that gives you another 20 seconds or 25 seconds to just farm up. But it doesn't matter if you use mana or not right here. There we go. Finally trying to get this lane pushed. I know I'm kind of harping on it a little much. It might be a little annoying, but it's a very big thing denying farm, denying CS, and you don't want to back in vision. You don't want to go back with vision on you, because then they know that you're gone. Because if you run back here, where they don't see you, they could think that you went back at the same time. You could have just run straight up to top or bottom and gone to gank. So I'm going to speed through this a little bit. We picked up a Cage's Pick, a Doran's Ring, and a Ward. No health potions though. I would like to see at least one, even though Ahri has sustain. She has innate sustain with her passive. I didn't get into the abilities yet, which I apologize for. Actually, let's do that right now as we're just farming. So her passive, every 9 charges, meaning that each spell that she has will get a certain amount of charges. Her Q, since it's a big quote-unquote AoE spell, it's relatively AoE. It will gain a max of 3 charges per spell. So her Q can easily get 3. Her W has 3 procs to it, so that's another 3. Her E is only 1, but her E is mainly for the CC. So the focus. So what happens is once you get those 9 charges, the next spell, as long as it hits something, it will provide 35% spell value. So what you want to do is you want to get those 9 charges and then get a big row of creep and then just throw your Q into them, and that'll give you a nice big heal. You combine that with a like a Hextech revolver, which is really all you need. You don't even need a load up, but a revolver is pretty much good enough. You won't be able to be forced out of lane as long as you have mana. Anyway, though, what I was saying playing against Kennen maxing the W, which is the Foxfire, because Kennen's able to run around in circles around your skill shots, provided it's a good Kennen. So what you need to do is, even though he seems to be eating every single one of your Qs, in most situations you want to be getting this W up first, because Kennen will be in your face if he knows what he's doing. He'll always be in your face and just going around you in circles with his E. So you want to max that Foxfire, because the Foxfire is going to be doing a ton of damage, because I believe it prioritizes champions. It says it right there.
Unstoppable.
Which is quite a lot of damage. Then combine the Foxfire with your ult, which also prioritizes champions, and you should be able to melt Kennen, kill him, or at least get him down very, very low to the point where he is relatively useless. So let's just see where you warded. Warding in this bush, not going to be not that smart considering you're going against an Alistar who, once he gets boots 5, this ward is not going to give you enough warning. Definitely want to try to throw a ward somewhere down in either this area, like you want to get a little further down, because if you see him run up here, you know he's not going to be counter jungling. He's just going right for either a gank here or bot, or further up here, like around here or here. Even here would be nice, because you can see if he's going around here to top, or if he's coming down towards your lane. Just because people like to ward certain spots, like most pros will ward right here and right in here. You also have to take into account who's jungling, because the mobility of a jungle Alistar, once he's got the boots 5, which he still doesn't have 11 minutes into the game, it could really take you by surprise. I'm gonna fast forward through some more of this farm. I think using an ult right now could easily net you a kill. Ult with the W. There you go. Reading my mind, I guess. But anyway, gonna fast forward that easy kill. Almost have 1600 gold. My guess is going to be you're getting a Deathfire Grass with that Cages eventually. Yeah, trying to catch Kale. I'm not worried about that fight. Really, really not. I know I had someone complain about how I'm missing action, but more trying to explain things. So we're looking at 2,300 gold now. Gonna go back and buy. I'm hoping that we should be seeing spell pen boots, maybe a needlessly large rod, and then so there's the Deathfire Grass. Probably would have waited on that, even though it's a real nice burst item. I would have waited to get a little more gold out of that cages, and picked up a needlessly large rod. I think that would be a lot more effective in the long run. So you get the needlessly large and sorcerer's shoes. You'd be doing more damage than you would with the Deathfire. You get right back into that lane. 4 wards. Wow, that's quite a lot of wards.
How tempting.
I really don't need to leave your base with more than 2. You're not a support and not a jungler, so maybe yes, warding is always good. I like that you want to ward, but there also is a point where gold can actually be wasted. Landing a really nice charm on Kennen and the Foxfire cleaning it up. You could probably even easily kill Alistar here if you catch him with a charm. Now here's, some people might even ask about charm. It does not scale with level, I believe. I believe the CC does not scale, so it's a 1-point wonder until after you max everything else out. So now Ahri is fed, still doesn't even use Deathfire Grass. Could easily, using Deathfire Grass before that cube, may have even been able to finish off Alistar. Looks like probably going to be ganking bot or warding.
Don't hold back.
Keep on hitting the keybind to speed up, and it's also the same as wards. So that's getting a little frustrating. Could have used that E a lot earlier because that Alistar doesn't have much to him. Nice use of the Deathfire to clean up the Alistar kill, but I believe it could have been used. The ability choice in terms of timing could have been a little bit better on that fight. So giving up a free kill there. Not exactly the smartest choice to go in without a couple other people supporting you, especially with low health and mana.
Enemy double kill.
So that's going to put Kate back in the game. So now, almost at 1,600 gold again. Let's see what the buys are going to be.
Has destroyed a turret.
Needlessly large rod, finally. That bought, but since you didn't get that earlier, definitely would have preferred to see the sorcerer's shoes first. Sorcerer's shoes are going to be doing more damage because it's the Deathfire Grass scales with the magic pen as well. But at the same time, large rod, always good to have that 80 AP.
Godlike. An enemy has been slain.
So 17-7, your team is extremely ahead. Shyvana looks like she may have gotten a dragon. I wasn't really paying attention to her. So now what your team needs to do is you've got towers down, you're way ahead. The smart choice would be to group up. Starting to clean up, getting a Kale kill because Kale's being dumb and thinking that she can take on a fed Ahri. 2 and 5 Kale getting a Melody, trying to take on a 5 and 1 Ahri. Not exactly the brightest of the bunch. Now if you could land a charm, even under the tower, you could easily burst down Kennen. Or have at least attempted to try to throw a charm onto him. Speed through this a little bit more. You guys are kind of cleaning up the towers now, pushing in towards their base. Still, honestly, you guys should be grouping up. You are way ahead of them. Way ahead. Jax doesn't have much. He's kind of building a bit dumb, but Jax at the moment, he just needs to be a meat wall for you and Vayne, as well as Shyvana. Shyvana getting a bloodthirster. That's kind of weird. I don't think there was a smart choice to try to go in 1v4 at low mana. Even still, I don't even think you could clean up kills that easily. Vayne saving your ass, getting lucky there. Speed through this again. Hopefully we'll be seeing the sorcerer shoes this time. Still no sorcerer shoes. Need those sorcerer shoes. I mean, this 40 AP, this is less damage than what you'll be seeing with sorcerer shoes, to be honest. Even though they don't have any merc treads, which is kind of surprising. Would definitely want to see more spell time, because I'm sure that some of them have magic resist per level and whatnot. So there we go, finally getting the sorcerer shoes. Deathfire Grasp doing 35.4% of their current health. So want to be popping that earlier. It's like on someone like Caitlyn or Alistar. Alistar with his ult up right now, so not that great of a choice. And now we're just kind of cleaning up the kills.
Double kill.
Being extremely fed now. That Phantom Dancer allowing her to get off quite a lot of true damage. At the same time, triple Doran is a nice amount of AD. 30 AD plus whatever rune she has. So now, what the choice should be, it should be immediately Baron. I mean, you guys are very fed. It should be rather easy with all 5 of you to nuke down Baron very quickly and end the game. But it seems like this game is going to be going for at least another 15 minutes. Don't exactly know why. Now this could be why. The problem is, you keep on getting caught pretty much by yourself. So Alistar's got boots 5. You don't want to turn and charm. It would just be better to just flash away. You flashed, probably could have just made it to the tower, and Alistar does not have his ult up.
An enemy has been slain.
So your team's cleaning up, and let's see. Yep, now we have a death cap. I was about to say, let's see if we get the death cap going or some other item. So now you've got quite a bit of AP. That's going to bring your Deathfire up to almost 40%. So let's see how much magic resist they have. They have no magic resist. So let's say you use it on Kennen or Caitlyn. That's going to bring them to almost half health, especially since they have no health to begin with. And then from there, you should be able to easily clean them up. With 2 dead, you're saying push mid. These guys can get Baron started. You can catch right up with them there. So don't push mid. Get Baron. Baron will change the game for you. It'll pretty much force them to the other team to not be able to do anything, because they'll just be worried about the amount of damage you'll be able to do with Baron and then all that sustain.
Killing spree.
So sitting here not doing much. I mean, I just keep saying Baron. You guys are very fed. That's an actually pretty nice farm at 22 minutes in the game. I mean, it's 1100 ELO, so it's not going to be like they're getting 100 CS every 10 minutes or more. So this is actually really nice to see. Got a lot of kills at the same time, keeping up in the farm department. I like to see that. That just shows that even though you're at 1100 ELO, making a couple big mistakes like getting caught solo a lot, because that'll hold you back. But you can see that the basic mechanics you have down, so that should easily let you carry yourself up to 1500 before you need to really start relying on your team.
Shut down. You have slain an enemy.
So using a Deathfire Grasp there, I would like to see it used a bit earlier, because as you're doing damage to them, you're lowering the damage potential of the Deathfire. So yeah, you did get the kill, but just to think, you could be getting it 1 Foxfire hit sooner, or maybe not even need to use Foxfire and just using Deathfire, Charm, and Orb of Deception. That can actually be game breaking, because you have that one ability up, that lets you do that much more damage to another champion.
Shut down.
Fast forwarding through this because as fed as your team is, there's really not much more to see. The only thing you guys really need to do is just, as you get these kills, go right for Baron.
Ally has been slain.
So now right off the bat, I would just ult straight in. There we go.
Killing spree. Enemy killing spree. Double kill.
Nice little double kill here, and then should be able to easily clean up this cannon. Yep, that Foxfire doing so much damage. People really underestimate its damage potential. So I'd like to... You'd think that there'd be a surrender here or something. Since you guys do have 2 people dead, definitely don't want to go towards Baron. Wise decision to keep pushing towers.
Your team has
Now let's see, they
destroyed
still don't have any magic resist. So you can just keep going pure damage. Getting the Hextech Revolver for a lot more sustain. Be able to team fight a lot longer. Now you guys are reaching their base. It's like their team is almost up. I would definitely approve of you guys trying to run away. You're low mana and Vayne, as strong as Vayne can be, still very squishy against several champions. So now finally seeing a Baron ping. I think definitely Baron should have been done 7 or 8 minutes ago. You guys did have the damage potential there as well. And once again, getting caught. Getting caught solo. Getting way too aggressive and getting caught. There's no need to try to do that. You guys are already very ahead. There's no need to give them free gold. No need to give them a chance to get back in this game. So, and you're also missing on a Baron opportunity. That's just not exactly the smartest of plays. Sitting on 2,000 gold, not even doing much. Since you are getting in the middle of the fight and kind of getting focused down, I would even almost go for Azonius. You can kind of dance around. Once they start CCing you and focusing you, you pop that Zonius, so they're forced to turn off of you. Either they turn off of you, or they get ripped apart by the rest of your team. Still not seeing anything bought. Blasting Wand. That, my guess, is going to be going into a Void Staff. Yep, right into a Void Staff. But you see, they don't have any magic resist, so it's almost useless. I mean, they have Soraka's passive, but let's look at their magic resist totals. They decided to show their faces again. Yo, you guys pretty much are throwing. Kind of frustrating. So Kale, 44 magic resist. Soraka gives her 16 or something. So yeah, they're not sitting on much magic resist in the slightest. So Void Staff, don't even need it. Don't even need it. Getting blue buff, first acquired blue buff for Ahri in the game, besides stealing it off of kills. Igniting Dragon. I don't really think that was necessary in the slightest. Especially when you need Ignite to fight against Kennen with Woda and Soraka with all of her healing. Missing the charm. And you guys really need to group up and try to team fight. And yes, you're Ahri, yes, you're fed, but at the same time, running into several of them at the wrong times is really doing your team a disservice. Now your AD carry just died. If you guys were grouped up, you guys would have 0 for 5 of them easily, meaning none of you guys dying and all of them dying. Instead, they got 1 for 4. So now we're going to see the fighting, which is what leads to a lot of teams' demises. Speed through it, waiting for the rest of your team to come up. And now my dog decided to go crazy again. little bit of dead air. Apologize for that. Had someone at the door. So now let's just see. We should be getting towards the last couple minutes of the game. Gonna speed through this. See, these last team fights should pretty much decide the turn of the game. And since you guys are finally grouped up as 5 for once, this should be no contest. Wow. See, the focus is very, very off. Kennen went down, which is a smart call, but then it looked like the focus went on to Alistar, which is the completely wrong choice, because Alistar with his 70% damage reduction at level rank 2 ult, on top of Soraka's heal and all the defenses that he has, you guys aren't going to be doing much to him. And once again, running into the middle of it for no reason. That's just incredibly silly. That may have just lost the game for you guys, to be honest. Like, as long as you're up, the only thing you should be doing is you should go back and heal, and then just try to poke the creep off the tower so they can't get in free tower shots. Now without you there, and with a Shyvana that doesn't have much in the way of tankiness, I can't believe this. I can't believe that you're running in and diving all the time. It doesn't make any sense to me. Now Baron should be up rather soon, and if we don't see a Baron get grabbed here, this could be the game throw for you guys. So now, still no magic is the other team. Kale's got a Trinity Force and a Malady. That's a rather odd build. No Oracles on your team, which could be a problem. It seems like they're warding up a little bit. Soraka actually with no room for wards. So maybe there are no wards. No one else on their team has wards in their slots. The only person on your team with wards is Blitz. There's no need to try to catch an Alistar, because all you need to do is ult, and you're not going to be able to kill him. So yep, focusing the Alistar once again, letting all the carries get away.
Is unstoppable. Enemy double kill.
So Baron's up, and the only person left alive is Vayne. This is not going to end well for your team. This could be game ending right now. They are going for the towers. Yep. Speeding through it because I think it's pretty obvious what's about to happen.
Your inhibitor has been
So you're dead, not doing much. Now they got an inhibitor. You guys had a 20 kill lead on them. Should have grouped. You should have called for your team to group. Instead, everyone ran around and then you kept getting caught. And I hate to be a jerk, but can pretty much almost blame the game throw on you. You gave them a lot of opportunities to come back in this game, and now I believe that they are doing Baron. Yep, so Baron's down. It's gonna take a lot for you guys to come back from this. My guess is, with you pushed out this far, we're gonna see another instance of you getting caught and the game being ended. Now they're gonna be running through this jungle right here. Yep, maybe catch Jax, but their goal is to go for Vayne right now. There's no need to try to defend this tower. None whatsoever. This tower is more or less worthless at this point. Oh, you just saw them run through the jungle. Do not. Oh, please don't. Oh, please don't. Oh, no. Yep, this running right in the middle of them once again. Oh. Oh, that's going to be game. I'm just going to fast forward through this because this is over.
Your turret has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed.
One hit by Kate got killed. No. No, it's more like running into everyone and getting killed.
An ally has been slain.
So it seems like the biggest problem, you have a great laning phase, great laning phase, getting some really good farm. The only problem is your inability to group with the team and stay back in the team fights. You're not tanky by any stretch of the imagination. A little bit of sustain, but you need to make sure that your team can get in there and take all the hits while you sit back and poke. You're an assassin. Your job is to get